Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this Ritsuko in Tokyo, coming at you with, meatspace. Happy Pride! Happy June! Happy... something. What is it? What is it? What are we doing? I don't know. Like... It's the 25th. Well, it's the 24th, but it'll be the 25th because I waited till the last minute to start to do a thing because I didn't even know if I was going to do a thing. And that means it'll be the 5 years since figuring my shit out and coming out, and there's very little sunlight between those dates. But you know, so we did one of these last year, and you know, it's kind of, I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to do a video this year. I wasn't necessarily feeling it. It's been a weird Pride month. Like even within the, you know, the standards of, you know, being queer in Japan and, you know, Tokyo, they do their Pride thing in April. It was kind of fucky this year. Like I guess I just should have looked up the deets beforehand, but one of the businesses that supports the Pride Fest in Tokyo, they got ties with Israel, and some other organizers were like, hey, do you think maybe like you could divest from that business and maybe kind of make a statement that, you know, queer folks in Japan, although why Tokyo should get to speak for all queer folks in Japan, I don't fucking know, because it's Tokyo, I guess. You know, like, it's not, we don't fuck with genocide, and the organizers of the, you know, the Tokyo Pride Fest organizers are basically like, but it's our time to shine, and the Palestinians can suck rocks, basically. So like, you know, there's that, but like, you know, June's not a, I mean, even April's not like a queer month in Japan. It's not like you generally see a lot of signage or, you know, banners or anything like that, and June certainly is not really a thing here, but like even outside of Japan, and it's just been, I mean, aside from Tumblr going on a spree, TOS banning a lot of trans women's accounts, you know, that's very Pride-like. That's very, you know, queerest place on the internet in June, or a day ending in Y. You know, it seems like the Tumblr way. So that's not even special for Pride. That just like somebody doesn't like trans women on the Tumblrs. I mean, also I imagine they don't much like the trans men either. Also, folks of color and Gazan accounts right now. That Tumblr doesn't seem to like. Administration doesn't seem to like any of those folks. So, you know, so like that's not special for Pride. That's not special for June. You know, this is good talk. Maybe just talk about like how monumental a year this has been for me since the last time we did one of these. Got my passport back. It's got the F on it, best F I've ever received. I was trying to think if I'd gotten an F in any of my classes. I'm pretty sure I have, because I almost failed out of university. But I can't. The joke, it's past. The time has passed. Let that one go. Got my diagnosis. I don't think I had that last time we talked. I've been on HRT been on the girl ooze since, it's been 8 months. About 8 months now. It was August last year. This is, you know, I don't know, maybe it don't look like much to you, but it feels like a whole fucking lot to me. It's, every day's a new thing. It's, I mean, it sounds like I'm really disappointed about it, but it's like, I'm not. But it's kind of weird, because, you know, you don't really, we've talked before on streams, you know, and that's kind of part of the problem with, you know, talking about it now, is because like I talk about this a lot, because this is like this cool shit that's happened to me in forever, you know, and so it's like, it's not new, it's not video worthy, it feels like, but like I don't have a lot of granular memory, so it's hard for me to like And the changes are slow anyways, so it's hard to kind of notice. And then it'll be like a couple of weeks, and like, damn, it's getting, damn, damn. You notice the thing, and it'll be like, damn. So like, it's exciting and everything, but it doesn't feel like it's worth a video. I don't know. I was gonna do like a trans timeline thing, but like, I've only got like 2 pictures from the before that I would even consider showing people, and they both look pretty good. So it's kind of like, I mean, that's why I would consider showing people, because look, I am not without pride. I do have my pride. It's small and it's weird, but it's mine, and it's like, I'm not gonna, I do have those kind of dead-eyed pictures that are part of the trans meme. I've got a couple of those, and I've got a lot more pictures where like I'm mugging for the camera. It's like I figured out how to go in the opposite direction, It was like I knew I was supposed to look happy in a picture, so you had to like performatively be happy. And that's I'm not gonna show any of those because they look like fucking trash. So I got like these 2 pictures, but they look pretty good. So I just put them up with the more recent picture, and it's like it's not much of a glow up. I was always glowing. So there's that. But this is maybe more of a Tumblr thing. Like that's, I mean, it's something that I think works better in a post where like the picture is on the screen. It doesn't work, I feel like, as well in a video format. So it's not really a reason to do a video for that. And I was going back and forth. It's like, what do I want to talk about? Talk about the being queer in a time of genocide, and how that's kind of how difficult that makes things, like it makes it to be unironically and unapologetically celebratory and happy when you know that there's these other massive things going on in the world, and that would be true, and that is true. It's something that's weighed on me a lot this last year with the news that's been coming out of Palestine, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse, and the way that reflects and echoes in places like the United States, where I'm from, and we seem to be like leaping even more. I always feel like we're leaping into fascism, and yet there's always like more fascism to leap into. So like that's been a thing to kind of to process and to deal with, and it feels beyond the scope of like my real ability to coherently say a thing about. I've got a lot of feelings about it, but it's like there's not a lot of coherency, because there's just like there's this screaming in my head that is very difficult to translate into words, because it's just that bad. And so maybe I was not even going to do a video this year, and then 2 days ago I saw the TV glow, and that's literally been all I've been able to think about for the past 2 days. I've never seen a movie, or even a piece of art, a song, a book, anything that has like so personally touched me, that has so brought out like raw emotion and feeling. Like, I mean, there's been a lot of things that I've songs I've heard that I've really loved, and definitely songs that have made me feel things, and books that have made me feel things, but nothing ever on this level of just pure visceral recognition and raw screaming hurt. I've never like watched a movie and actually literally shouted, "No, you can't do that," at the movie. Like, there's a point. There's gonna be spoilers. Deal with that. By deal with that, I mean, like, stop this video and go watch I Saw the TV Glow. I would, if I find out that you watched to the end of this video without watching that, I'll be disappointed. I won't get angry with you. I won't hate you. But I will be a little bit disappointed, because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it hurts, and it hurts so bad watching that movie that it took me like 2 days to come to the hope at the end, to be able to see it in in its totality, the message that it's saying, that it's driving at, because like what Owen / Isabel has to go through to get to that point is both so gut-wrenching and also so familiar, because like in a lot of ways that's my story. Like, I didn't have a cool queer friend who I imprinted on in high school, and then who ran away, and I met years later, who was much more of herself, and was the person that she couldn't be in our hometown. I mean, but because she was straight is why. That's the problem. Like, every girl just about that I've had a crush on or that I've been in a relationship with has been straight. I didn't have asthma like Owen, just a long history of breathing problems because my mom was a heavy smoker and I became a heavy smoker, but it wasn't asthma. Like, it wasn't asthma. Okay, like, Isabel's 6 years younger than me, so there's that. We're different there. At least there's that. I mean, also I'm white, so that there's also that difference. I can't speak to that, but in a lot of ways, like, that was my story. Jokes aside, like, coming to myself, figuring my stuff out very late in life, after so much time has passed, knowing on some level that something was different, something was wrong, something was crushing me, and not having the words to communicate it, and finally for me 40 in this dead-end job, well, I was unemployed at the time, but I had been in a dead-end job. Now I'm in a different dead-end job, so we can talk about that, but like and coming to that realization so late, what feels so late in life, and all the damage that period does to people. And something I read in an interview, a director wanted to be honest about the experience, because a lot of queer narratives, it's like the person figures out they're queer, or trans, and it's I mean, maybe not happy, maybe there's like a lot of things that they have to go through, but that there's like this immediate acceptance of what they are, and they bloom. But it's not always like that, and sometimes it is years and years and years, and becomes decades, and now you're 30, and now you're 31, now you're 40, and now you figured your shit out, and now you looking at your life and trying to figure out like what to do with it. But we don't see that part of the movie, because like that's the very end of it. But yeah, like, when there's a point where Isabel, where she's confronted with the choice, and she runs from the choice again, and like at that moment I could see the arc of the rest of the film. Not necessarily, although I should have expected, you know, that there would be a recognition at the end, because there was still like 30 minutes left, you know, so there's got to be something at the end of that. But the idea that was gonna have to watch this woman decay for however many years like it took to get to where she needed to be, and having gone through that, and the idea of having to watch it from the outside, and it hurt so fucking bad, and every moment after that point in the film is like, it's more painful than the last. And the end of the film, and like the lead up into the end of the film, into the I guess the climax, you know, the coming at like 5 minutes to the end, and it's just like, I remembered being in classes that I was teaching and breaking down in tears in front of students, and everybody doing their best to not acknowledge it. Like, I mean, it's not a metaphor when it actually fucking happens. I remember, like, apologizing and being like, I'm so sorry, my head is completely falling apart and I don't know how to stop it, and I can't stop crying, I need to quit this job. My timeline's a little bit different, because I figured my shit out after I quit the job, but there's that. But like, just the oh god, like, this movie is so much, and it's hard because, like, you just want to grab Isabel and be like, yo, these last 5 years of being out have been pretty tough, but this is the best it's ever been in my fucking life. I'm in a dead-end job. It is soul-crushing. It is so bad. It is so hard. I live in terror still sometimes that I'm not real. Because that's what this kind of work does to you. And I don't know where I'm gonna find the time to live. I sure as fuck don't know where I'm gonna find the money. And still, I am the happiest I have ever fucking been. That when I'm here and present, which isn't all the time, dissociation's a really hard habit to break. If you haven't had that problem, because it's a defense mechanism, and there's a lot of things that need defending against. And, you know, being on your feet for like 4 hours straight doing absolutely nothing, or being buffeted by customers for 4 hours straight, and then a short break, and then doing it for another 4 hours, and like, it's easy for your brain to be like, yo, but we can't, so we're just gonna skip town. So I'm not always here, but when I am, and I actually feel alive, I want to do as much as I can to just like make these times longer and linking up into a actual succession of days instead of minutes. But like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought, and the train of thought is basically was going to the station of like, it was worth it. It was absolutely fucking worth it. I'm going through, the newest thing right now is trying to get my name shit sorted out, and also my birth certificate changed to get the gender stuff on the birth certificate to match the gender stuff that's on my passport, because It's the United States, and like, fuck the United States. I mean, just generally, fuck the United States, but like specifically in this case, just fuck the bureaucracy of the United States, because it's so fucking messy. I hate it so much. I hate the federal state division of responsibilities. I hate that nobody talks to anybody and all of their messages are unclear, and I have to do everything through my dad, which means there's like another layer of abstraction before I can figure out what the fuck is going on. And I hate everything about it, but I know that when it's done, I'm gonna have a piece of paper that tells me what I already know, which is my own fucking name. And it will be the most amazing fucking thing in the world. Cause I'll tell you, when I got the passport, and I was bouncing off the fucking walls. I'm like, how does this work? I have no respect for the authority of this government. I don't think any government should have this kind of power. I don't think government should put your gender on nothing. It shouldn't fucking count. I mean, I know for some things it might be important, but like, honestly, really. And yet, get this piece of fucking paper and it says, yes, you are in fact a girl, and I was like, oh, fucking me. How cool is this shit? What a fucking trip. Oh my god, you can go watch I Saw the TV Glow, it's so good. It's so good. I think I needed this right here to talk about it here in this format to finally embrace like the joy of the last 30 seconds. God, that movie, I mean, like, you gotta fight to get there. You gotta fight to get there, and it's gonna fucking hurt. It's so good. It's like, it's the best. I think it might be the best movie I've ever seen. It might be better than The Blob, 1989, and that's saying a whole lot. Nobody gets their head sucked down. The Blob has got somebody getting their head sucked down the fucking sink drain. Amazing. Fucking amazing. And this is better than that. This is better than that. I mean, honestly, I want something. I don't know. I want to live. That's the end result? That's what we're going for here? Happy Pride! That's all I got! See you on stream! Ciao!